Hi everyone, it's me Melanie from Hammer Stardust, and today is Ruby Tuesday, and I'm coming at you with my Ruby and Pearl SO design theme project for this month. And I'm gonna make some simple tags. I'm gonna just show you how to make some simple tags using her collage ones from her kits. So I'm just getting right into it because I don't want to take too long. I don't want to bore you. And this is one of her collage sheets. I wrote the name of the one that I used, so I have it there in my notebook, and I'm gonna tell you in a moment. So you can check it out in her shop if you want to. She has a lot of these antique scripts and like vintage writing, like handwritten. I hope you're not hearing that noise too loudly. I mean, I can't really do anything about it. I try to wait for it to stop, but it won't stop. So I apologize, and I really hope it's not too bad so that I don't have to do a voiceover over this. But basically, you're gonna take your collage sheet. I printed it on cardstock, and you're gonna put as much glue as possible, especially in the edges, so that it glues well. All over the back of the collage sheet, and then put it on whatever backing paper you are going to use. I am using, this is like packing paper that comes in packages. This came like in an eBay package of some film that I bought. So I'm just reusing it this way so that it backs up the tag and it makes it a little more sturdy, and also at the same time it's not just white in the back, full on white. If you have one of these things, use it to sort of flatten it out, because these papers sometimes are wrinkled. And depending on what paper you use, be careful because you can rip it. That happened to me, but what I did was what I do is I just put like a little patch with another piece of paper. You can just put washi. Everything is fixable when you're doing junk journal things. So, and you're gonna do that. So it's all glued on there very nicely. I am using this glue that's like a fabric tag because it dries faster, and although this one doesn't dry as fast as fabric tag because it's more watery, but it's basically like fabric tag but cheaper. And I find it cheaper here at my local store, because you know fabric tag is expensive. This one was like $5, I think, $4.99, something like that, this huge thing. So you can also, of course, use any other, maybe a glue. I tried using a glue stick, but since the paper is too big, it's kind of annoying. So you can use any glue that you have. And then you're gonna take your scissors and just, you know, as you do, cut the papers. You're gonna have to wait for it to dry. It doesn't have to be perfect because I do cut off this white space. I haven't figured out how to print out her collage sheets. It does it in one setting, and I don't remember which setting it was, that it prints it full. But then if I print, sometimes when I print it, it does this border. Oh, there's the noise. Okay. So you're gonna have to wait for that to dry, for the glue to dry. Okay, so once it's pretty dry, I'm gonna take my paper cutter, because I want them to be pretty straight, and I cannot cut straight to save my life. I barely cut straight with this thing, honestly. I don't know if this happens to anyone else, but it doesn't cut straight well, like, or I don't know if I see it weird, because I think my eyes see things not straight also. I don't know. I have I don't know. When I got glasses, like, they sort of told me that it was me, like, because I was like, the glasses are like, and then I know that's because you're so blind. So I don't know if it's me or if I'm actually cutting things not straight, but sometimes even with this thing, it doesn't look straight to me. So, and then I'm gonna just cut this, you know, I hope I'm in frame here with this thing, because I put the camera pretty close, but then I'm gonna cut this into pieces, like, to make tags. So just different sizes, and with this one that's just words, it's kind of easier. When there's pictures on it, I cut it a little bit more strategically, but I basically never really pay much attention, because if something doesn't look like super great, you can always just cover that. And then let's do a little one. Yeah, I like that. So now we have, okay, we take this away, and now we have different shapes and different sizes for tags. I love making big ones and like long ones the most. And then I like to sew them. So like, if you don't want to do that, you don't have to, but just make sure that when you glue the paper on, that's why I glued the paper on haphazardly. Like, I didn't really mind if there was a spot that didn't have glue, because I do end up sewing them. But when I'm not gonna use, I know when I plan on not sewing them, I go in and I make sure that the corners are sticking. And sometimes I put washi if something is just not sticking, like a lot or like a little bit is not sticking, which always works fine. And also I do have a punch that makes like a tag shape, so sometimes I just cut them in that measurement and I easily make tags with that punch. But we're gonna do things differently. I do want to sew them. I do like the look of the sewing, so I'm gonna go do that, and it's done. I was prepared. I did this beforehand. I sewed and I cut them the same, and I sewed them beforehand so that you wouldn't have to wait, and also I wouldn't have to like get the machine and do all that. These are from other collage sheets. I just wanted to show you that you can do it with collage sheets that are pictures. Like, you know how most of her kits, if not all of them, have these pieces where she puts different parts that she used in the kit, different pictures, as a collage. I love this one with the butterfly girl. So, you know, I did the same thing with these. I glued the paper in the back, and then I cut them in a way that would look good to me. That will make the tags look cool. You can just also sometimes just cut them evenly and whatever, because if something, this one is from the other kit. See, these ones are from over here. I love this butterfly, so I wanted that like that, and I love how these turned out. So yeah, even if you cut them and you have like a piece of tail, you can cover that with something, but they are so, I'm sorry that I'm like, well, they're so easy to make. So okay, let me just, I have here, I wrote it in here. Oh yeah, here. So the one that I use for that has the script, these ones, are from the collage sheet in the vintage script digital, and then these two are from the Chickadee. It's called the Chickadee. It's called Chickadee. That's the name of that digital. That's where this collage sheet is from, and that's where those tags are from. And then this collage sheet is from Butterfly Girl. It's one of my favorite kits of her, and yeah, so that's where these tags came from. So go check that out if you are interested. I mean, all of her kits are amazing. So now we got the tags and we cut them, and you can just basically, these are done, you know, you don't have to do much. I don't usually do much to these. I like them to be simple, so we're gonna keep it simple. And also I have these sari like remnants. I love getting these, and they're like different patterns. All of them are different, and I love getting these. They're supposedly vintage, but I'm not sure about that, but I still love them. It's sari silk. Oh, it's so nice. I also have this piece of lace and this piece of string, but that's just to embellish them a little bit. I'm sorry about the noise. I hope it's not too bad. So what I'm gonna do, also I will say I did also distress them with the distress ink, so that you wouldn't have to go through all that. And I have some tapes that I made with one of her other scripts, and these ones have like gold on them, and then these ones don't have the alcohol ink and the gold, and they are like tape. I printed them on, it's like photo paper, like sticker paper that's sticky, and it's also shiny, and this worked on my inkjet printer somehow. I was so happy, so I thought maybe I would use some of those. They're both of them, the digitals, are from her kits also. This one's like the wallpapers, and this one might be the same as this one, but I'm not sure. So if you want to know how I did that, let me know. It's fairly easy. It's just or if you I can put a link to the paper that I use. And I also have these that I also printed used her printables on, to use the whole reinforcers. I printed some of her wallpapers on here, and these are like squares that I also printed her stuff on, and I can use like as a tape, like as a little decoration, like as a little sticker. And then some of them, if they had like a blank spot, I stamped with like a script stamp. If you want to see me how I did these, you can just let me know. I love embellishing the whole reinforcers and making them look different, because I like the color ones a lot. So yeah, let's see what we do with these. I was thinking I could put some embossed paper on one of them, but I had a tiny one. Where did the tiny one go? So I have this tiny one that is also from the Chickadee collage, and I just made this tiny one because I wanted to show you, because I love making these tiny ones. So these are the easiest, because you know, you just make your hole. And I apologize for the look of my hole reinforcer. I've had it for a really long time, and so it's looking like that, but it still works, so I don't have any need to change it. And then let's pick, I'm gonna pick like one of these that doesn't have a lot and has because the blue on the bottom has a lot going on, and that is beautiful. See how easy that one is? Basically done. sometimes I like to put like word letters, word stickers here, but a lot of the times I like to leave the tags fairly unembellished, because if they're for me, sometimes I like to embellish them or put a picture on them when I'm using them in my journal. And if I put them on someone else's, like in a journal that I'm selling or that I'm swapping or whatever, I like to give the person space to embellish things and make them their own. So yeah, that's very easy one. I like to sometimes, like I said, put word letters and just have them hanging somewhere in journals. I think you've seen that if you've seen some of my videos. But yeah, that's like an easy one, a pretty simple one to do. Another really simple way to embellish one of your tags, let me put those aside, is by stapling some nice little textiles on. And you don't have to make a hole, and you don't have to sew the textiles on. And I don't know where my stapler is. Oh my god. No, it's right here. And this is another thing, that if you don't sew and you just had your tag without the sewing, this is something I like to do when I don't sew, because particularly I don't love the way fabrics look necessarily when they're glued on. Not all of them look great. So this is kind of like a hack, so that it doesn't look so much like flat. You know, when you glue the fabric on, it looks flat. Oh, I think I'll do this blue. It's beautiful. And what I do is just like bunch it up wherever it is that I decided to staple it. Can do the middle. I put, if I got another string like this, I like to make a circle, like to make it like this, you know. So as I held on there, it's gonna be held on there with the staple. And oh, I should have put this behind that. Okay. So this is why the longer one was better. And this is how it goes. I just make decisions as I'm going. I just go with whatever comes to mind. So we have that. And we just staple it. And it's gonna look really cool, like almost like if you don't see the staple, it almost looks like it's sewed on there, if you can see. So it's not a lot of effort, and it also already makes it really beautiful. I wanted to try maybe, oh, but that one's a script, so the gold maybe won't look good there. No. Because I remember what I wanted to do with this tag, and then I forgot that I wanted to do that. So that's, and now I put a color on top that I don't have anything that matches. Or maybe this one. This was supposed to go under that, so I messed up. Let's just cut it shorter. And you will see how it's like a sticker, and oh, and it's clear. It's like one of those, because I bought it to print pictures for my traveler's journal and my Habonichi and stuff, because it's like stickers. And see how cute that is? Oh, I love it. And it's see-through, so it looks really cool. And also it's not very thick, so I can glue pictures in my journals, like especially the Hobonichi, without making it too fat. I was trying to find one that's not see-through the other day, that's photo paper but sticker. Let's see if I find that. But yeah, I love this one already, and that's what I mean. You don't really have to do much to it. This already looks beautiful, so let's work on the other ones. Okay, so here we are. These are the tags that I made. Maybe this video went too long. I got in the zone and I wasn't planning on doing all of them, and then I just did, but whatever. But as you can see, it's very easy and simple. You just put the paper. If you want to sew it, you sew it. I put hole reinforcers on all my tags that I put holes in, just because I really like the look, and I tend to put one in the back just because I don't like the plain hole look. I love to layer them and stuff and make them look pretty. I think it brings something to the tag, you know, when you see it like that, layered. It's not a lot, but it does a lot for me anyway. So I use some of the tapes, as you can see, and I just use some paper that has like white embossing, like you know that you do with paint. I forget, like texture paste, but I just use acrylic paint. So they're all very simple. I love this one. Yeah, I use the sari. I also like using this twine on some of them, so the butterfly is my favorite, and I love the long one. See how beautiful that paper just brings something to it, and it stays sort of simple. You could even put them in like a neutral book, and this would be like a pop of color in there. Love this. So yeah, I was thinking maybe I could put like a label. I like putting labels on them, so but I might do that later. I forgot to bring the labels to the table. So this one is so pretty, and then the tiny ones, as you can see, there's really small ones, and like with one sheet of, let's see, because these are, I put this little charm on this charm that I made here. This one's also is yellowed. It's a couple of years old. So, but because I'm planning on keeping this tag for myself, I think it's gonna look good in the front, like in a journal. If I make a pocket and I put the tag in the front, I don't know. So what was I? Okay, yeah. Let me see the ones that I got from the paper. So from one sheet of paper, from that one that it was this size, but you know, I cut it up from that one script paper. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tags very easily, you know, like very easy to do. I just find it very easy if I just glue the paper in the back and I cut them to whatever size. You could even get more tags if you want smaller ones, but I like the huge ones. You can put like a picture in it sometimes and stuff. So yeah, that's gonna be it. I really hope you like this video. You didn't mind the noises too much, and if you made it to the end, I really do appreciate it. Go check out Ruby and Pearl SO in her Instagram and her Etsy shop and all of that. Her YouTube, I have all her links in my description box. You should also check out the hashtag so you can see all the work from the other ladies in the team. They do beautiful work. And yeah, so if you made it here, thank you so much. Like, subscribe, do whatever, and I hope I'm gonna see you in the next video. Bye.